Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, the 30th of January, I think. It's kind of my favorite day of the week, to be honest. Like, it's just a fresh start, and you've got a whole week planned. Does anyone else have that? Let me know in the comments. I've had a rest week last week, so I'm quite fresh today, and that's for quite a specific reason. I'm going to do another FTP test. It's been a while since I've done one. A specific FTP test. I've done quite a bit of all-out 20-minute efforts, but this, just getting on the bike with the sole purpose of riding 20 minutes all out, I think it's been since June, I think, something like that. So yeah, we're gonna do an FTP test today. I'm quite fresh, so let's take a look how it goes. Wow, that was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. I really forgot just how much you need to concentrate to stay on the power and give it everything. I think in a race, it's so much more natural to stick with the group or go for an attack, whatever. But this, you're just riding to get as high a number as possible, and this is something else. I had just forgotten how hard this was. But that said, I am very happy with this effort. I think this is one of my better paced 20-minute efforts I've done, actually. So let's take a look at the graph. So I got my laptop here, got the graph up, as you can see. I started off quite conservatively, going, 340 watts, something like that. And yeah, I gradually ramped it up towards the middle and just went really hard at the end. I did this effort on the Epic KOM, and I think the little bumps and drops you can see in my power graph are mostly from the steeper bits and the downhills or the flat bits on the climb. Because even though you can't feel any gradient changes on the trainer when you're doing an FTP test, it's just in your mind, like, oh yeah, it's flattening, so I can take the power off a little bit, or it's a little bit steeper here, I should push on and keep the speed up. So I had to really tell myself not to increase or decrease the power and just keep a steady pace. But I think I did quite well. As you can see on the cadence graph, I really didn't change my cadence at all for this whole effort. It was always about 91 RPM, I'd say. So yeah, this was a really good effort, I think. So I took it up a little bit over halfway, went a bit harder, and then in the last, let's say, 2 minutes or so, I really started pushing on, because I know 2 minutes, whatever happens, I can make it to the finish. I think I just did the normal Zwift FTP test, and it says 10 minutes in, like, if you're feeling good, you should up the power a little bit. But I know myself well enough to know I shouldn't start pushing when I'm just halfway into the effort. Even 3/4 of the way, like 5 minutes to go, is still quite a way to go for me to start really pushing it or taking the power up. I think I'd much rather have just a flat power curve, and then for the final 2 minutes, I know I can push. It's just switching off your mind, just keep turning those pedals until you finish, and I can do that for 2 minutes, but 5 minutes you will start thinking, and it's just such a mess. So I upped the power quite significantly in the final 2 minutes there, with little, I wouldn't call it a sprint, but with little bump over 400 watts at the end there. So I finished off this effort really well, I'd say. I had just enough in the tank for a little boost in power. Perfect, I'd say. So I did 351 watts for 20 minutes, which is about 5.2 watts per kilo, which gave me an FTP of 333 watts. So that's just 5 watts per kilo. I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't think I'd get into the 5 watts per kilo yet, but here we are. So this really starts off the training program starting on Wednesday on a positive note. I'm looking forward to getting into it. While we're here in this room, let's just give you a quick tour. This is my, let's call it pain cave, and yeah, you've seen it loads of times on the streams, but I've never really shown you. So let's take a look. So yeah, this is a pain cave. Here's my bike. There's the massive screen I have Zwift on, usually. There's me. I have a mirror, because I'm that vain. No, seriously, having a mirror while you're on the bike is super useful to look at your position and how horrible you look. Normally, I'd have the chat there, and here's my laptop where we're discussing some top secret ZRL tactics. The thing I really wanted to talk to you about is my bike, and in particular, proprietary bike parts. This is a 110mm Syncross stem. Syncross is the proprietary parts manufacturer for Scott. This is a 2022 Scott Addict, so it's over a year old now, and I've just been trying over a year to get a 90mm stem for this bike, and they're just not in stock. I don't think they're selling them anywhere. You can't find them on the internet, you can't find them anywhere. So I'm really just getting fed up with proprietary parts, and I'm looking at some new bikes. The Specialized Athos has really sparked my interest, because you're not stuck with any proprietary parts for that. You can just slap on whatever stem you want. So that's probably what I'm gonna get somewhere in the future when there's money around. But if anyone knows where I could get a 90mm Syncross RR 2.0 stem, I think it is, do let me know, because I really want one, because this one's too long and is kind of uncomfortable. Thank you. That was it for today. I'll see you next time for a race on the new Scotland map on Zwift. Cheers, bye bye.